we are back for episode whatever, the Man to Man Pod. Me, yours truly, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea in the building.
Yo.
We here, man. We back, man. Crazy week 8. We had Overreaction Monday. Thought it was a good one. Appreciate y'all feedback. Now we're going into week 9, man. What we looking forward to in week 9, AB?
Man, let's jump into it. First of all, man, let's got this election, man.
Yeah.
You know, it was election Tuesday. You know,
it was
a lot going on. I know our listeners, and they might be on the different side of the spectrums, man. But a tense time, man. You know, I'm looking on my Twitter feed, IG, and just watching the news, man. You know, I think it's a tense time in the world right now. You know, regardless if you voted for Trump and you wanted to see him stay in office, or you voted for Biden, obviously you're looking for a change, man. There's some tense times right now.
Or if you voted for Kanye, he got 60,000 votes.
Like a damn fool.
Kanye got 60,000, but nah, man. Like you said, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and usually, on my platforms and I'm sure probably on yours too. It's a couple things you just don't really talk about like that. Politics, religion, you don't really. Those are kind of private conversations for the most part. But this election been so polarizing. You almost had to. You got to choose a side of the fence. You know what I mean? And it's like with 45 in there, with Trump being in there, and his some of his rhetoric, man, especially as a black person, this is my first time. I'm 34. This is my first time I went out and voted.
I seen that yesterday, and I was surprised by that. I was surprised by that when you said it was your first time.
First time. Yeah, man. So I actually went to college. Initially, I was going to be a poli-sci major, and I always been really pessimistic when it came to politics in this country. Yeah. Like I said, as a black person, I feel like black people we look through a completely different lens. And you went to HBCU, and I'm sure you're educated on the history of us. So I had all those thoughts and my stances. But this year, it was like, look, even though I don't think for us as a group, voting is the top priority. It's definitely definitely a part of it. Having kids, that's important. They're obviously getting older. They're aware of what's going on. So for me not to go out and vote again, I would have been. I feel like I would have definitely been doing myself, my family, my kids a disservice. So I had to get out there and vote, man. First time. I felt good. I felt good about it too, man.
For sure. You got your little sticker or whatever. So that was dope, man. And to piggyback on what you were saying, man, I'm not a political person at all. You hear different narratives that the president is preaching, and what Joe Biden is preaching. And a lot of times when you sit back at home, it's like, who can I believe? Honestly, who can I believe? Is it just lip service, just to get our vote? And what is it really? You know what I mean? But for me, I think the biggest thing is I'm a human first, and as far as respect, talking to people with respect, and in my opinion, the leader, you got to show that. You know what I'm saying? You got to show that.
Absolutely.
And again, man, at the end of the day, we're leaders as well. My daughter's 7, my son is 4, and they know who the president is. They know who's running against them. So, for me, it's like they were waiting in the car for me when I was going to vote. So for me, being the man of the household and them seeing, their father going to vote, that's important. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's very important. So again, man, it's a sticky, like you say, it's a sticky.
So you was 18. You was 18. You that's when you cast your first vote? First time eligible?
I definitely wasn't 18. But at that time, that's when Diddy. When I was 18, that's when Diddy was pushing the what was it, Rock the Vote?
Oh, what? Damn, what vote was that?
Was that? That was my.
I remember Rock the Vote. Was that?
Yeah, I think that was Diddy.
Okay.
I think that was Diddy, but that was not my. I think my first time was when I was 22.
Okay.
Around that time, my first time voting, and I've been voting ever since. Regardless if people feel as though my vote doesn't matter, that's one of them things that our ancestors fought for. And I just feel as though it was a duty of mine to
facts.
to be able to do that.
Yeah, that was part of it too, man. Obviously, a lot of people that look like me didn't have the opportunity, went through some terrible things to be able to exercise that right. And like I said, I had a strong stance too. Like honestly, a month ago, I'd have bet whatever almost that I wouldn't have went out there and voted, because I wasn't a fan of either candidate, honestly.
Right.
And if you look at the history of, and it's like, what people would say, at least people in my circles, like, hey man, you got to choose lesser of the two evils. Yeah. I know we don't have this and that, but like you said, it comes back to respect and how you treat people, and that's important, man. That's especially as a leader, taking responsibility. What happened with COVID, and honestly, I had to be real transparent. I had to look past my own privileges, right? So even though I'm a black man, and it don't matter how much money you got, where you go, you're still a black man in this country. At the same time, I'm definitely afforded a lot of privileges, and it's hard to see that sometimes when you're in your bubble. So even with this pandemic, like I was able to take my kids out of school even a little early before they shut the schools down. I took them out. I was able to be home with them, and not have to be working on the front lines and doing that. That was helping keeping everybody safe. So I know a lot of people around me, especially people that look like me around this country, they don't have that opportunity. Exactly. Yeah. And then when I'm talking to people, because I got a lot of friends around me, and shout out to all the people around me who kept pushing me, kept arguing with me, debating. I'm throwing books, so it was a real thing. And even just how this pandemic was handled. And then what he's doing with healthcare and stuff, not really having a healthcare plan for people who can't afford that. So all these things that I don't necessarily have to think about in my day-to-day life. So for me, it's like, all right, what's the policies looking like? Damn, this Biden tax plan look crazy. 62, man. So it's like it was some things. So it's like, that's really why I was a month ago. There's no way you'd have been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be at. I couldn't even tell you the process of voting. And,
but I tip my hat off to you. Like you said, like a month ago, you wasn't gonna vote, but you did. That's big. And I know I get a lot of conversations again. Like this is a sticky topic. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you talk about politics, when you talk about religion, like you previously stated, like it's a sticky topic. And I know a lot of times people, talk to me like, man, well, you in the highest tax bracket. I know you voting for X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, that's not what it's about, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I got folks back home that's struggling. People that I grew up with that's struggling. So that's what I'm voting for. You know what I'm saying? I'm voting for them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be good. And it's crazy because, like you said, you afforded different privileges. Like I just feel as though I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna make it work. But then there's some people that they don't have that luxury to be like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be good. So.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see Channing Crowder's comments on I Am Athlete?
I Am Athlete. Shout out to them boys, man. They B Marshall, Freddie T, Ocho Cinco, and he hit it on the head, bro.
Hit it on the head. I feel like a lot of players feel like that. And with players, for y'all that don't know, with us, it ain't like so. Artists, entertainers, a lot of different people, fighters. Like they'll get their money and then they're responsible to write a check. They got to pay their taxes that way. As athletes, we file W-2s. Like we get our checks already taxed, and we get taxed in every city we play in. We're actually one of the most unfair taxing practices in the country, honestly. Yeah. So, but like you said, when you get to that spot, for a lot of us at least, like a lot of our family. A lot of our friends, loved ones, like that's our ecosystem still. You know what I mean? So even though we're living our life or doing our things day by day, we thinking that. And I wasn't a voter, like I said, but if I wouldn't have been going into the polls like, all right, let me look at this, how it's gonna affect. Like, nah, how it's gonna affect my people. So even with me taking my ass out there this time, and I took my daughter too, woke up early, and we went. She's like, we're going to.
So she can see it. Like that's
powerful. Yeah. She had to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And, so I woke up early. I'm like, come on, baby, let's go. We're going to vote. She's like, I don't want to go on a vote. I'm like, nah, we're going to vote. She's like, you going to vote? Who you going to vote? Because she hears kind of the conversation and stuff I talk about. So she's like, who you voting for? Like, I'm like, well, I'm not voting for somebody. So, it was. She was in there. She watched the whole process. I got my sticker at the end. The lady, the poll people was like, hey, you can grab a sticker too. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, okay. So we walked out that sticker, took a picture. So that's dope, man. Like I said, I felt good. And I would definitely use my platform going forward to encourage, people to definitely use their voice and vote.
Yeah, but, and at the same time, do your research. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I said before, I'm not a political person at all. Like if it was a situation I walked into a room and they were talking politics, 99% of the time I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna walk out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here in front like I'm the most political person. But when you do have a family, when you do have when you care about people, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's bigger than me. When you have a genuine love for other people and their well-being, you got to go out there and you got to do your thing. And I think this is one of the years that the most people went out and voted, man. And salute to everybody who did go out there to vote, regardless of who you did vote for. You know what I'm saying? That's your right. So you went out there, you did your thing. You did your thing. So it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Hopefully, going forward, hopefully, we get better, man, because it's been a very divisive time.
Very.
And I feel like a lot of the media kind of feeds into that fire too. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's on us individually, white, black, Spanish, whatever, Asian, whatever, like to just treat people with respect. That's really all it comes down to, just treating people with respect. It's the same thing we learned as kindergartners. Golden rule: treat people as you want to be treated. It's literally as simple as that. And I leave it at that.
That's it, man.
That's that on that, man.
Hold on real quick. Let me turn my phone.
I bet.
Word. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. So shit. Let's get into this. Let's get what you want to talk about next, man. Hold on, wait, man, real quick. Because I was going back and forth with a bunch of people yesterday. People was comparing DK Metcalf to Megatron. You played against Calvin Johnson?
Yes, sir.
So I asked your thoughts from a seasoned vet that done played against him. You obviously played against a lot of greats over the years. What you think about that comparison?
And it's crazy because when you talk sports, and it's unfortunate that you always have to compare somebody to somebody. Yep. You know what I mean? Nobody can just be themselves. So obviously with DK, let me get my words straight. With DK being able to run as fast as he can, his body stature, specimen, you know what I'm saying? So obviously when you look back and like, okay, who can we compare him to? Yeah. And obviously the first name would be Megatron. But what Megatron did, man, he was different. The way you had the game plan for him was different. Obviously, y'all follow D-Bud on Twitter or Instagram, and you put it up there where, it was like punt coverage out there.
Yeah,
so it was different, man. What he could bring to the game. Not saying DK can't do that because he's this year he's doing some great things out there. You know what I mean? He's a monster. He's having a hell of a season. But to compare him to Megatron right now, this early in his career, for one, I feel as though it does him a little disservice. I think it shows respect, but it does him a little disservice. Where let that young man grow into the player that he's going to be. Year 5, year 6, when he's in his prime, then you could compare him to, I would say, Megatron's one of the greats. Then you could compare him to one of the greats. But right now, let it be. Let
like
do
you
his
said,
thing,
like,
man.
Yeah, like you said, it's sports, man. So we gonna compare. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Trey Young come to the league. Hey, you compared the stats.
Right. Yeah.
It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be compared to LeBron soon. LeBron it's always, hey, Bron, Jordan, whoever. So you're gonna be compared. It's part of it, and I understand that part of it. For me, it's more so like, and DK could very well go on to be a Hall of Fame player if he stays, especially if he stay with Russ. If he stay with number 3, the sky's the limit. He can have a better career than Calvin Johnson numbers wise. What I was saying was just comparing like player to player. Like you said, DK is a physical specimen, 6'3", 6'4", running the 4.3. Ain't too many guys like that.
Right.
But after that, it ain't too many similarities to me. Like it was like I played against Calvin in college, played against him in the league probably a handful of times. And like the things that he did, like it was like the word that comes to your mind is just different. Like it's just different. Like we all commonly refer to this dude as a fictional character, and like the way he attacked the ball, his body control, his hands, it was crazy. His routes, he ain't run routes like Julio, but he had decent routes.
It's
just a lot of. I'm like, nah. I'd rather you compare him to T.O. You compare DK to T.O.
I can see that.
Right, all right. I can see that, but it's like you had Randy, Megatron, and probably like as far as like talent, I'm talking about like pure, just like talent, like football player talent, like athletic and OBJ. Like them was probably be my top 3 that I've seen. Like different. Like OBJ obviously got knocked off that trajectory and stuff, but as far as being on the field with him and seeing him, how he could maneuver and control and hop, like that was them boys separate themselves, in my opinion. So that's why I was like, nah, y'all tripping.
Nah, it's like you say, like it's just for me. Like I said, I just think it's too early, man. I just think it's too early. Let that young boy, man, grow and groom himself, and we'll see later on down the road. And then I'm pretty sure 3 years down the line, it might be somebody else.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They comparing them to. So
that's a fact. Man, he a baller though. Should we might stay with the Lions, man? It's COVID. COVID popping his head back up. Stafford just got put on the list. Marlon Humphrey was put on. Well, Stafford he's a high risk?
Something like that. Yep.
Okay,
high risk.
Exposed to somebody. So he could possibly still play.
Yep. And then like you say, you got Humphreys out in Baltimore. And I think they got a couple players kind of in the same situation that Stafford is in. And then
that was kind of around him.
Yeah. Then you go out there to the Bay, in San Fran. They closed down their facilities today.
And they got a game tomorrow. You think they're gonna play?
I mean, obviously
it'll be out Thursday. So today.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Obviously with just COVID, it's a different beast. So they might tell the Niners, like, look, I know y'all missed a day of practice, but we still got to get this game in.
Because they shut the facility down. So Kendrick Bourne, I think, was a player that got the COVID. So
that was him.
We're gonna see, man. It's COVID rearing his head back.
So what you think about obviously I'm no scientist or none, but with the weather cooling down, obviously we halfway through the season. COVID's starting to hit a few more locker rooms. How you think it's going to affect the teams, affect the season, affect the scheduling coming down the stretch?
Man, you even without COVID, you remember in the locker room, it'll be times where kind of flu season come, people get sick. A lot of times, I think they had to do with kids going to school and stuff. I don't know. I don't think we'll see that much of uptick, honestly.
Yeah,
because the cold season. I know for me personally, and I didn't go out much anyway during the season. But when it got cold, I really ain't go out. That was later in the season. Body more banged up. Games more important. And obviously now with the pandemic as well, like all that, like people ain't going nowhere. Kids, I mean, kids not going to school, I'm sure. So I don't think it'll get worse. I'm hopeful it won't. At least,
yeah.
We've been having more cases, but yeah, I'm hopeful it won't. What you think?
Man, honestly, man, I don't know, because I really don't know how that works. I asked the question, but I really don't know if it's even a big deal as far as that the weather is cooling down outside. So I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, you will hope that it doesn't. And like you said, a lot of times during the flu will creep into the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, kids going to school and bringing it home, and guys passing it off. So with virtual learning, maybe not as much, but
maybe it might curb it a little bit.
Yeah, but shit, honestly, bro, I have no clue.
We don't know what's going on with this, because they said when it got hot outside, it was supposed to be going away, but the cases right now are going up a lot of places.
I think a lot of places in the red.
Most places, most places are hitting like highs throughout the pandemic. I know in Florida, I want to say maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks ago, we've been a hot spot kind of throughout. Yeah. I think we had like our daily high since March, like probably a week or so ago. So, I mean, it's kind of maybe like you said, it's that time of year. We'll see though, man. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully I don't know, man. It's shit.
It's rough, man. So while we talking about it, it can affect maybe your contenders right now. I know we kind of talked about it a couple weeks ago. The contenders and pretenders.
It's that time of year.
It's that time of year. You got to show up or you can go home. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the great teams, they're going to separate themselves from the rest of the league, the rest of the pack. Give me your top three in the NFC and your top three in the AFC.
NFC top three right now. I'm gonna go. You know what? I got to go Bucs. I'm gonna say Bucs are in that top spot for me. One,
okay,
with the addition of AB. The other AB, Antonio Brown, I'm gonna say 1. 2, man, it's Seattle or Green Bay. They 2 and 3 for me, and both of their defenses are suspect. Seattle they traded for Dunlap, and I'm a firm believer in the right player in the right system. That can potentially pay off a lot bigger than a lot of people would probably expect, because Dunlap, I think probably in year 10, 11 at this point, wasn't getting a bunch of production in Cincy, but So I say Seahawks, Packers. So Bucs, Seahawks, Packers.
You ain't got Dallas in there?
It said top 3. You talking about picking in the draft? Yeah, hell no. I don't even know who's starting for quarterback this week, man.
Yeah, that's ugly. That's ugly. So who you got in the AFC?
AFC, obviously Kansas City. Kansas City's still in that top spot. You got the undefeated Steelers.
Yep.
Quietly, Mahomes, I know they played the Jets. Mahomes threw for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns last week, which is more than the Jets total all year. But Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and the Ravens kind of making me a little nervous right now, man. They gotta figure some things out. They gotta figure, but they still got Lamar in that defense, man. So I'll put the Ravens. Ravens still at 3.
Okay, that's nice.
Colts, whoever win this week is gonna be in that 3rd spot for me.
Yeah, Colts creeping in there. Colts creeping in there. All right. AFC's similar. I'll say I'm gonna put Pittsburgh at 1. I put KC at 2.
You don't believe that though.
And then I said
you just copy off my paper, bro. Come on.
I said it. And then I'll say 3 3-headed monster. I would say Baltimore, Indy, and Tennessee.
So you still believing in Tennessee, huh?
Hey man, what you say?
I think I told you, I think that money looking a little funny in the light right now.
Hey, well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find this is the time of year. This is the time of year we find out.
Right. And they got a run game. They got a defense. They did they just they trade for Desmond King?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Okay, that can be once again right player, right system.
Right system, yeah.
He's been a good player in LA.
Because he played that nickel position really well.
Monster in that slot.
Yeah, he played that nickel position really well.
As well. He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. Who you said they let go?
They let go of a linebacker. Someone gonna put it in the chat for us.
I don't know who the Titans let. Was a starter? Couldn't have been a starter.
Let me look it up.
But yeah, I ain't. Nah, I think the Bills and the Titans fooled us earlier. I'm gonna put those guys in the pretender category.
Okay.
They're pretenders. So yeah, Bills and the Titans. I'm gonna put them pretenders on the AFC side, and on the NFC, the Bears. They got a good record, but they're pretenders. Quarterbacks.
Vic Beasley.
Oh yeah. That was a flop from the jump. I don't think he even showed. He didn't even show up for camp. Didn't report. He was like not heard from for like days or weeks. He started off with a very promising career too. Hopefully he land on his feet, man, and pick it back up.
Yeah. So let me give you my NFC picks. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. Man, I should have went first, man. Because now if you really like, I'm copying off your paper.
I mean, it is what it is. We watch ball.
Man, Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go Seattle, and then I'm gonna go Green Bay. Bears is close, but I don't know. But like you said, Green Bay and Seattle, man, they defense, man, is.
All right, so do this then. Since you copied on my paper and shit, who is like on deck on that NFC side? Because I got a team in mind who I feel like if they come out this week and show me something,
I'm gonna say Arizona.
Same here. They on deck right now. They come out on both sides of the ball, and I want to see where Arizona. I want to see them get Isaiah Simmons involved, man. Top 10 pick, made a huge interception to end the game last week against the Seahawks. I just feel like the staff, like they gotta find a way. I heard through some insider report, he kind of soft. You know how you know some of those guys coming, and he played all over the field though, man. 4'3", you 6'4". Like I gotta find a way to get you on the field, bro.
Yeah. I ain't gonna believe that. You know,
that's just what I heard.
Yeah, I feel you.
It was somebody that heard it from somebody else. So
yeah, I that's hard to believe, man. For you, maybe you're not playing to your ability or what people are hoping or wishing for, but for you to dominate last year. You know what I'm saying?
That's college though, bro.
I mean, I get it.
That's college.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all done seen some cats coming to the league. Like I tell you, one Taylor Mays. I remember Taylor Mays. He's coming out kind of around my age.
Yeah. Now he
was like Hercules, played like James. So
I don't know, man.
It gotta be tough too, bro.
It does. It might be cerebral. Like it might.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a hard time believing that from a guy that played outside linebacker, slot defender, post safety, all those positions in college.
Post safety? What you doing in the post?
He was in the post. He was all over and getting picked.
What are you doing in the post though? When you line up in the post, you
got to communicate. Got to know the play call.
You could probably have somebody else. I don't know. Like, you know, a lot of times, man, like you can put somebody like in the post and be like, look, bro, just play the post. Like we got D Butt at nickel. We got a linebacker. They gonna communicate. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just play that post.
That post, that shit sounds sweet. It sounds good. It sounds good. You done it for a long time. You just get put in that post. It ain't as easy as whatever. You might come through that big gap.
You start seeing some ghosts.
Start seeing them Sam Darnold ghosts.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
I hope he figure it out though, man. I love them coming out of college. So I definitely hope he figure it out. But that team.
No, Arizona. Nah, they are. They're really close. AFC side.
We kind of put
I'm gonna put Miami out there. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna see what, like, you know, I felt as though they should have kept Fitzpatrick in there, but the team, they came out and they, like we said, on Overreaction Monday, they played complimentary ball. So I don't know if it was like, yo, we got the young boy in here. We know we special team defense, we gotta play well. So if they can continue that style of play, hey, like you said, you say the Bills are pretenders. You know, the Jets, the Patriots not looking too good. You know, if they can go on a run.
You said the Patriots are dead. You said that a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
I got my black suit. My black suit up for that.
Believe it.
Man, they finished, bro. They finished, man.
But yeah,
I understand it, D. But a lot of time when this show, man, you got a big heart, man. You got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, you and Cam. I know you played with the Patriots or whatever. You got a big heart, but sometimes we gotta call a spade a spade. You watch film.
Hey, I have, and it looked better in the second half. And I'll be honest with you. This is more so of, if I'm just looking at it objectively, I would say they did too. But being that I done been in the four walls, I done been in the four walls. I done been in the four walls, Belichick, and I know who Cam is on and off. I know how he built. I can't count him out. It's too early. We're in week 9. Damn, week 9.
What's their record? What's they 2 and?
I ain't gonna write them off, but I got my damn pen out. I tell you that much. I got it out.
Who's your team in the AFC?
AFC right on the cusp. I mean, I want to say Miami. You know, I'm a Dolphins fan. You know, I'm a big Dolph fan. But honestly, like, I didn't see enough from Tua, and I know they played so good in the other phases.
Yeah,
you know, we still could have seen more from him, and I'm not positive that at some point in this season they don't go back to Fitzpatrick.
Oh honestly, my God! We got
overreaction Thursday. Overreaction Thursday. The Bears might go back to Maserati Mint.
Not the GM. Not the GM who say, you know, we picked this top 5 pick and we gotta, you know, he's the future. And see, that's why you can't be my GM.
Listen, man, you can't be afraid to make the tough decisions. I'm not saying that yet. We still got to see a lot more.
This why. Look,
it's still tour time. Okay, it's still.
Look ahead. When I have my team, right, and I call you in the office and be like, yo, D-Buck, yo, I want to hire you as a GM. You know ball. You can articulate it. You know what I'm saying? I need you, when you make decisions, bro, I need you to be able to stand firm on your decision. But it's been too many times on this show where you be like, yo, like, okay, we going to do this. And 2 days later, you done had a glass of yak. You done, you know what I'm saying? You done did whatever. Now you thinking and you going back and forth from your word.
See, man. I told you, I might have said this before on this show. I'm not sure if I have, but if I haven't, it's a little gym. A sign, changing your mind is a sign of intelligence. That's what I've gathered more information, and now I may change my mind. I watched the film, I gathered a little more information. Like I said, the team around them played so good. The defense, special team, they scored in all 3 phases.
Right.
I just didn't, with what we seen from Burrow, from what's the kid, Herbert, who just got thrown in the fire 2 minutes before the game. Like, when we saw that game he had against the Chiefs, for me to see Tua's game coming off a bye week against the Rams, which Rams are a very good defense.
Yeah.
I give them a couple more weeks. I'm just saying I wouldn't be shocked at 3-4 weeks from now and they still in that AFC race somehow. They go back. If they out of it, if they out of the race, they ride with Tua. But if they in it,
my exact reasoning why I said I'm gonna get you a new camera, but also my exact reasons for saying, yo, stick with Fitzpatrick. Like, you know, you in it, regardless of what y'all talked about before the season. Yo, we're gonna give Tua some time. We're gonna give him time to get comfortable. And we're gonna bring him in after the bye week, regardless. Like, as a organization, like, look, we playing well right now. Like, let's sit down and let's rethink this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no rush. Tua is our future, but right now we have a good thing going. And just like you said, like watching the film, you don't know if Tua has it at this moment in time. I'm not saying that he's not going to get it. Say he could come out this weekend and have a hell of a game, but that's why I was just kind of like a stickler to be like, look, man, like if it's not broke, man, like just keep it rocking.
I mean, you look around the league, man. It's like we gotta see what we got with this young kid. And
that's what be wrong with them young boys in the locker room. They come in the locker room, they see the old heads with the Rolls Royce, with the Bentleys, and with the watches and all that. They be like, man, you look around and everybody got this, man. I got to keep up with the Joneses.
Facts.
You gotta stay on your own too.
It's a copycat league, man. I'll say that's my take on it. I'm gonna stick with that. I don't want to change my mind again, but we got to see more from him.
Nah, I respect that.
See more from him.
So let's stick with the young QBs, right? So you just mentioned Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua. Then we can kind of go to the second year players who we got. We got Daniel Jones. We got Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones,
Drew Lock,
Haskins on the bench.
Yep, Dwayne Haskins. You got Drew Lock.
Drew Lock had a crazy comeback last week too.
So with those young QBs, man, if you were starting a franchise, I'm telling you to put your GM hat on now. Who you standing on the table for?
With the first and second year guys?
Yeah,
any of them?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good ass question. I might have to turn my other camera back on for this one. Shit, I'm gonna go with. It's for me. Damn, I forgot we threw Kyler in there. I gotta go with Kyler. Got to.
Okay.
His arm, he can make every throw. He's a smart kid. He can be your best runner if you need him to. And it'd be situations in the game, even as a defender, where it's like, damn, like it don't matter what you call. Like if this cat break the pocket and scramble for 8, he can end the game. So I'm gonna go with Kyler.
Okay.
It's close. Kyler. It's Kyler, Burrow, and Herbert. Those would be my top three.
And that's who I'm going with. I'm going with Burrow.
Burrow? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Burrow.
Yeah.
I like his game. I like his swag. I like his energy. I like his confidence out there on the field. One of the guys I feel as though the team will rally behind. And again, he can make all the throws. He's not as dynamic with his legs as Murray is, but he can get the job done. Good athlete. Yeah, he can get the job done. So I'm gonna go with Burrow, man. But I think we got some good young quarterbacks though in the league right now. I think the league is, as the Breezes and the Phillip Rivers and the Tom Brady's kind of phase out the game. I think we got some young QBs coming up. The league
is definitely in good hands when it comes to them quarterbacks, for sure.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's a good ass question. You think about that one.
So what we talking about, Brady? What you think about AB, man? What type of effect you think he gonna have on for that offense?
Man, dynamic. I mean, I think he's gonna take that offense to another level, because you hear the names sound good in the offense, but when you watch them, I thought that AB. I mean, and Godwin's out too. I feel like they're a completely different offense when Godwin's not in there. But if you put AB in there, man, especially when Godwin gets back and gets healthy, man. I mean, it's that's why I put him at a top spot, honestly, because and then the fact that I know people have their different feelings on this, but him living with Tom, shit, you living with the quarterback, like by week, shit, what's it, week 9? By week 13, you probably getting 10, 12 targets a game. You might be the old AB.
I seen he was in the interview. He had the TB12 hat, so I'm like, oh yeah, he done bought in already. He done bought in already, baby. So that's all you needed. He was like, thank goodness for the second chance. Oh, it might get ugly out there.
Third, fourth chance.
You're right.
Third, fourth chance. And we talk about it all the time. With guys that it's only a certain amount of guys that can get that many chances, and he happens to be one of him. Josh Gordon. Alden Smith, one of the players who the Cowboys team owner came out and said we're not trading him. Basically, he's untouchable. I think he's leading the league in sacks. Leading the team in sacks. So it's only certain players that can get that many chances. AB happens to be one of them, and he's shown that he's still been in shape. And from what I've heard from people down there in Tampa, he looks like AB. So we saw when that quick appearance he had with the Patriots last year. We know it kind of usually take a little time for you to get on point, but the thing about him is I think he sees playing with Big Ben for so long that helps receivers like just see the game and feel it differently. He's one of those guys who kind of got that feel for the game. So I'm excited to see him back there with Tommy Boy for real. What you think about? You think he's gonna be the AB of O?
I think so. Like you said, man, it's now. You going in there, you have so many weapons around you, so it's like he can be out there one-on-one. I don't know too many DBs that's going to be able to guard him one-on-one. Obviously, you can be lined up different positions where you got to think about. You got Evans, you got Gronk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like pick your poison. You know what I mean? So for him, and like I said, I feel as though he already bought in, got the TB12 hat on, so he can go in there like, look, I gotta prove myself.
That shit different. Not been on that field, watching the game or hearing it ain't like he left after falling off and been a bum for a couple years. Like when he left the game went from the Steelers to the Raiders, like he was still widely regarded as one of probably top two.
The top two.
So so it's not like he just fell off. So I hopefully take advantage of this, man. Take this shit by the horns and ball, man. And
I think he will.
Yeah, I think he will too, man. That defense too. That defense, having another weapon like that, gonna help the defense too. It's gonna put up more points, put other offenses in situations where they get more predictable. That's gonna help Todd Bowles out because Todd Bowles is gonna send that gas. He's gonna send pressure. He's gonna disguise. I was surprised that they struggled, even with Godwin being out. I was surprised they struggled with the Giants. That was surprising. I know we both picked them to win. Did that surprise you though?
Like I said, last year we played them tough too, man. When I was with the Giants, but it did surprise me because I thought it was going. I thought the Bucs was going to run away with it. But again, man, with those Giants, they've been in a lot of games this year. They've been in a lot of games, like it come down to the fourth quarter. They play really hard. So that's a testament to coach, and the staff and the players. That they go out there, they play hard. They've been in games in the fourth quarter. Again, I just think it's one of those things where you got to mature, you got to grow and learn how to win. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy it's crazy where you be like, well, how do you learn how to win? Like it's just those different type situations, those different moments. And we always say it's 3 or 4 plays throughout a game that kind of, make that difference in most games. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a blowout. And if you can go back and look at the film, man, it's 3 or 4 plays here or there. You look at the previous week when they was playing Philly and Evan Ingram, he dropped that. That third down pass. Like that's one of them plays. Like you catch that pass, the game is over. That's a W. You know what I mean? And so the good thing you turn on the film, the guys are playing hard. So that's encouraging.
Got to learn how to win, like you said. They playing hard though. They got a rookie head coach. He got to learn how to win as well. But like you said, handful of plays. It was some bad picks Daniel Jones threw. I feel like he got all the talent in the world. It's just I don't know. Like he goes like he tries to make like the great play. Like when it's like, all right, throw it away, throw it here, throw it there. He tries to like extend it. Back out, or he just throws it with all willy-nilly. The last one, the 2-point conversion, like I don't know what he was like waiting on. Like we've seen those plays, it got to be bang bang in that tight low red zone. That ball got to be out damn near before the receiver get his head around. So like you said though, you got to learn from it, learn how to win, man. But he's definitely a good player. I was shocked when he went where he went in the draft. But now that seeing the talent that he has, I understand it. But he just got to get better between the ears, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that as long as that time, as long as the team allows him to grow, I mean. I think a lot of times, I think everybody wants it that instant gratification. You know what I mean? That instant success. Like, shit, it's not like that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta
not in that position.
Not that position. You gotta work, you gotta grind, you gotta go through some ups and some downs, some bumps in the roads. And if the organization and the coaches are willing to, stand behind them and fight through it, man, I think he's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, for sure, man. Keeping up, like you said, they get like me. They keep trying to keep up with the Joneses. They see these other quarterbacks come in and ball their rookie year. They're like, man, shoot, you need one of those. And if you ain't balling by year 2, they already talking about getting Sam Darnold up out of there. If the Giants end up with the number 1 pick, they're gonna be talking the same thing with Daniel Jones, probably.
So, man, that's crazy. 2 years.
That's how it be, bro.
But that's crazy though. Like you're not even giving them a chance.
I mean, it's rough, but especially Joe Judge didn't draft him either.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
it's a reason why you picked me number 1.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You better make me feel good about it.
Oh man.
Soon. Because it's quick. It's quick, man.
That's ugly.
Hey, before we get up out of here, though, I got to shout out my young boys, Money Monopolizers. They're doing their thing. Another podcast, 2 young brothers, preaching and kind of promoting and educating cats on, financial literacy. They are, young, very young. I think still college age. Investing in real estate, doing the right things, man. So get them boys to listen, get them boys to follow.
That's good stuff. I'm gonna shout out my man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shout out my man. If you can see, we talking about liberty and justice. My man, Sir Anthony Jewelers, out in LA. If you're looking for something for your old lady or something like that, give him a shout. Sir Anthony Jewelers. He's on IG, man. Shout out.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. Yeah, shit. What else we got? We're gonna have that Rudy Gay interview coming to y'all soon. He has some last minute meetings with the NBA going on. They trying to figure out when they're gonna get started. I don't know if y'all been following it all, but they were talking about starting before Christmas, not trying to run into the Olympics. Players are like, hey, season just ended a few weeks ago. Like, we trying to push it back, blah, blah, blah. So they, they're going through their different things that they got to go through. We'll see. I'm sure we'll get some inside information. We have Rudy on here, but
let me hit my man LeBron, man. See what he want to do.
Yeah, bro. That's what it's gonna come down to. That's what it's. I wonder how that feels because I feel like in the NFL, you don't really have that. Even though you had Peyton, you had Tom, you have Drew Brees or whoever. Like it was never like one guy had that type of power. You know what I mean? Did you feel like it was a guy who?
Nah.
Yeah,
you might have had like 5 or like, we always kind of talked about like as far as our executive committee, you know what I'm saying? If we had 5 guys that was really for the cause, I think some things could have got, some things would have been a little better for the league or whatever, but we don't have that. I would say that one guy who can look, this is what we're gonna do, and that's what we do. Yeah, so
I agree. I'll tell you what, though, when the boys came together and told Goodell to put out that message after, once the civil rights movement was going on after George Floyd's murder, and we hadn't heard from the commissioner, obviously, what happened with Cap and all that. And the boys, Mahomes, OBJ, Jamal Adams, Deshaun Watson, once all them cats get on, okay, now that's collectively LeBron right there.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, man.
But man, that's it, man. Another episode. The Man Pod, man. Our man Antoine, Bethea, man. My co-host, Darius, Butler. We appreciate you guys for listening. As always, subscribe, follow, IG, Twitter.
All that.
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes, sir.
We out.
We out of here.